Hey everyone, I'm wygowarrior, aka Julie, and welcome to my channel. If you stopped by because you've been curious about LYS makeup, then you're in the right place and keep on watching. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of LYS products. Now keep in mind, LYS does not make any eye products, so no eyeliners, no eyeshadow, but not to worry, they have just about everything else. Let me get started by first getting the hair out of my face, and then we can start putting some makeup on. Now, if anyone is curious or hasn't maybe heard of LYS, LYS was founded by Tish Thompson, and this is actually the first Black-owned Sephora clean makeup brand. And if you weren't familiar, by the way, this here is a serum, the Think Bright Glow Hydrate Serum. If you weren't aware, see how the packaging, the bottle is a triangle? Almost all, or I believe all of their packaging comes in that triangular shape, which is actually a delta symbol, which is from the Greek alphabet, and the delta implies change. All right, let's get this on my face. I have used this, but I can't remember my thoughts, so let me get it going. I think I squirted too much out, and do not be scared by how red my face looks. Just anytime I touch my face, it turns red. But after I stop rubbing, about 15 seconds later, it should go back to the normal pasty pale that is my skin. So LYS Beauty products are extremely affordable. They claim on their website that nothing is over $30. This serum is actually the most expensive product that I have in my collection at $28. Now on top of the serum, I do actually have another product here. This is the Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. So I believe the first product was more just serum, and this is a serum primer. So let's get more stuff on my face. All right, it does come safety sealed. All right, I probably squirted way too much out, but let's see what they refer to as a gripping primer. I'm curious if it's going to be tacky. By the way, this doesn't really have a scent, and neither did the serum. All right, is it? Yes, it is tacky. I don't know how much longer I need to wait, but since I didn't put it under my eyes, let's start with concealer, and that way, hopefully, by the time I get around to foundation, this will have settled down, or at least will be ready for the foundation. So I have here the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in the shade LN3. And I got this in, I want to say the most recent BoxyCharm. I think it was the December box. Alright, this is what the packaging looks like. Again, it is a triangle. It has a somewhat standard doe foot, although it's the kind that tips up slightly and is slightly narrow. Here is a swatch, and let's see how well it does on 56-year-old mature skin. I actually also have a sponge from LYS. This retails for $10. I like that it has a long, narrow point to get under the eyes. However, it's a little too, I don't want to say flimsy, but it's not stiff enough where when you start to press, it kind of bends and moves out of shape, but the intention was there. All right, I'm going to take my finger and press this in, and then I will use the sponge to pounce out and blend everything. All right, I think that is a really good shade match for matching my skin tone. If you like your concealer to be more brightening, and you're around my skin tone, I would drop down a shade or two. All right. It has sunk in, but it is tacky. It is advertised as a gripping primer, so let's move along to foundation. The foundation I luckily have from my twin Heather, aka Crazy Beautiful MUA. Thank you, Heather. She gifted this to me for my birthday, which was in December. All right, so this is beautiful. It's frosted glass. Again, we have the triangular shape or delta. I have this in the shade LG3, which shopping online, I always read like if it says neutral undertones or cool tones, and then I look at the pictures and then the models, and half the times it works, other times not so much. All right, so it does come with a pump. Let's do a swatch first, and then we will put some on my face. All right, it's right here, and it is, ooh, very yellow and warm, even though LG was, I thought, neutral. But you know what? I find a lot of foundations look scary on my hand, but not so bad on my face. And this is a serum foundation, so it's quite runny. It's about the consistency of the L'Oreal Tinted Serum Foundation if you use that. All right, I got it all over my hand, so I'm just gonna rub it in, and then I'll use the sponge to pounce it out. It has an interesting scent. Like it reminds me of, I don't know, some kind of, not Play-Doh, but it's definitely not floral or fruity or not even chemically, but I don't know. If you smelled it, you go, oh yeah, I recognize that scent, but don't ask me what the scent is. Okay, it's very warm, yellow. If I were to do over, I would definitely pick up a different shade. I want to say this is the third from the bottom, but something will float on screen. Yeah, so I could definitely mix in a different foundation that's too light. Take a look here. Other than the shade, I still feel a little tackiness coming through, but let me come back after a little bit and see if that like settles down. I would say it's light coverage, so I have some hyperpigmentation here. Light to light medium. Let's see if it can be built up. Let's also see how well you can just put it directly on your face, or if that's going to be disaster with it running down onto your clothes. All right, I would say it builds to medium, and I'm seeing a subtle glow, which I'm not sure if that's from the foundation or from the glow serum. But other than the slight shade being a little too yellow, a little too dark for me, my skin looks beautiful. And so you can tell. So here is the concealer swatch, and then there's the foundation, and I dripped a little bit on, so you see how it's very yellow compared to the concealer. I wish the tone of this foundation was just like that concealer, but live and learn when shopping online. All right, let's move along to the bronzer slash contour product, which I want to say I got in an Ipsy box. It comes like this in a nice little triangle. Here's what the packaging looks like. I don't want to blind you. It is plastic that's meant to look like metal. I have this in the shade Motivate, which is the light shade. And this is what it looks like. Just did a swatch right there, which I'm glad I did, because me and powders can sometimes, well, who am I kidding? Most of the time get out of hand very quickly. So let's kind of go in with a gentle hand. That's nice. It's warm, but not too warm, because I am prone to looking Oompa Loompa as it is, mainly because I'm strawberry blonde. I have freckles, my skin tone, so I prefer like cool toned or neutral contour and bronzer shades. But this one, not too shabby. I've had worse. All right, let's move along to blush. Now for blush, I have 2 shades to choose from. Again, the packaging is triangular. All right, so I have the shades Confident and Confident. Wait, what? Are these the same? Are they the same? I guess I own 2 of the same. All right, there is just a full-on just swatch, but if you blend it out, see how it lightens up. That is a beautiful, I love that color. All right, let's figure out how I'm going to put that on my face. Do I just want to use my finger or, all right, I already started. Let's try that and then bounce in with the sponge. Let's do the other side here. Add a little more. All right, I've done way worse. Let's now see the highlighter situation, because I have a highlighter, but it may be too dark. Now this here is called Aim High, and I have it in the shade Fearless Bronze. Yeah, so you see how dark that is. It's safety sealed. Let me think on this, because to be a full face of LYS Beauty products, and if I don't use this, but I know I'm just going to use it once in this video, and it's definitely too dark. No, I'm just going to pass. Apologies. All right, let's move along to the last product, which is a lip product. This here is the Speak Love, which is a glossy lip treatment oil. This here is what the applicator looks like. It's plastic and you squeeze it. I do not care for applicators like this, because as soon as you squeeze, you don't know how hard to squeeze, or you barely touch it and a lot of product comes out, and it's just, it makes for a messy cap. But already some product is squeezed out, so let's throw it on my lips. Yeah, that was way too much product. It's comfortable, a little thick, not sticky. I think it would bode better in something like a lip gloss with like a doe foot. This just, one little squeeze, too much comes out. All right, that is all of the LYS products I have to put on my face. Let me come back with my eye makeup on, my hair back to normal, and I will give my final thoughts. Okay, I am back with my eye makeup done. I am using the Aether palette, the, what is this? Desert Sunset palette. I couldn't go without wearing any highlighter, so I used the highlighter from Ofra in the shade Pillow Talk, and this is the look. All right, so let me give you my final thoughts on the LYS Beauty brand. I would say, first off, I don't know, well, I do know. For me, this isn't a kind of brand where, hey, I'm going to do a full face of makeup. Certain products I think work well. Certain products I think are okay. I don't know that they all work in conjunction well together. That may sound harsh, but they also don't have a full line of makeup. No eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, etc., or even lipstick that I remember seeing on their website. So starting with the foundation, it is very comfortable. If you like a light to light medium coverage, I think this would be good. It does have some skincare ingredients. However, if you're fair like me, do not get LG3. Go down to LN2 or even the lightest shade. In theory, I should never be the lightest shade of a foundation, but I think I should have picked the lightest shade. I really do like the cream blush, so that's a great product. Let's take a look and see my under eye situation. All right, that is a very good concealer, at least on my mature, dry skin. It isn't looking too bad. I've had way worse, and I actually took a break. If my lighting's different, I had to go eat dinner, and then we were watching a football game. So yes, it's been about 2 hours since I first applied the concealer. So far, so good. Now this bronzer is more warm tone than I originally stated it was. At least on my skin tone. Definitely the next time I use it, I'm going to use a fluffier brush and not a dense brush. So part of that I think is on me. Definitely is on me, and I went down a little too low, but I'm not the best bronzer, and I do prefer a cool tone or neutral shade. The primer, I guess, worked well. I am not into tacky, sticky types of primers, the gripping type. So I can't really speak to, did it work well? Did it not work well? Foundation looked good after using it, but I tend to go for hydrating and glowy primers. That's my jam. The lip product, it feels very comfortable on my lips, as I explained before. Hate the packaging. The serum, the Glow and Hydrate serum, I would say it's decent. I don't get super glowy skin, but I also set my glowy standards very high. I'm used to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and my holy grail, the Wet n Wild Dewy Lumino. If you haven't seen those in action, I did a comparison video, and you can see how glowy those primers really truly are. The sponge is okay. I mean, it's a nice sponge. It's more the shape. In theory, the triangle would be good, but I find it kind of dips and bends, and sometimes you can poke yourself in the eye if you aren't careful. It's decent. I always just use the rounded bottom part to pounce product on. It gets the job done. $10, that's, I would never spend $10 on any beauty sponge, but I'm what they would call frugal. I'm really bummed that I couldn't try the liquid highlighter. I do remember getting this in, I think it was the LYS Beauty bundle. It's just way, way too dark for me. All right, so final thoughts. Overall, the products were nice. Am I blown away? No. Is it like doing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury? Not even close. But there were more hits than misses. Again, I think it's just the wow factor of the full face isn't there. A lot of it that I didn't get, a highlighter, which I love. I didn't get a lipstick. Definitely, at least for me, a full face of makeup. Most of it is lips and eyes, and that wasn't there. Cheeks good. I found out they have a cream contour or cream bronzer, which I don't know if it's new, but it did not come in any of the subscription boxes I got, and I wasn't aware it existed, or else I would have picked it up in a haul. So maybe in the future, because I love a good cream product for my cheeks more than a powder product. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Don't judge me on my application method. I am a makeup enthusiast, by no means an MUA or even pretend to be one. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you could do me a huge favor, if you could click that thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.